Lee Boxer Truth. So, Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, episode 2, gloves off. And let me just say, I wasn't disappointed with the episode. You know, you have your typical showing both sides of each training camp. And you had Shakur Stevenson doing pad work with Terrence Crawford. And, you know, one thing Shakur Stevenson brought up, you know, that I peeped out in this episode is that some of the things he might not agree with Terrence Crawford, with his techniques and stuff, but at the same time he's gonna listen, he's gonna take it in, because at the end of the day he knows that's somebody that's been there and that's accomplished so much. So with that being said, it's always good when a person's willing to learn, regardless of how good that they think they are, but they're still willing to learn. And there's a saying that goes, if you're green, you grow. If you ripe, you rotten. So if you ripe, or if you think you know everything, there's no room to grow. But if you're green, you can grow, you know. And so that's always something that I admire about a fighter who's always willing to learn, who's always willing to, you know, put their pride aside and saying, "Oh, okay, this might be a different way of doing it." And for Terrence Crawford to put Shakur Stevenson on like the you know, put him at a level where he feels like he's comparable to Mayweather is a real big thing, because I know Terrence Crawford, he, you know, holds Mayweather up there pretty high. Pretty high up there, because, you know, there was an interview going back a while back where they pretty much wanted to try to put Terrence Crawford against Mayweather, but he wouldn't allow that to happen. He said he had his era, I have my era. And that's how I think it should be, mutual respect for each other. And this fight, you know, you see Teofimo Lopez training, has his dad in his corner doing some basketball for the cardio and stuff like that. A lot of people don't know, you know, just because you're boxing, there's also other things that you could be doing, like basketball. I don't think I see cycling yet, you know, but just coming up with different techniques and different training techniques. I've seen fighters go on the track a couple of times, you know, getting in some track work, getting in some footwork and some foot speed. So, with, you know, episode 2, this has always been a good thing. Looking into training camps and stuff like that, this has all started, in my opinion, from 24/7, and we can thank Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya for this, looking inside the training camps. So with that being said, episode 2 was definitely a success. Put it in the comment section if you look at the gloves off episode 2. Lee's Boxer Truth. Like, comment, you already know what to do. Subscribe.